Good morning, everybody. Hey, chill out. Hope everybody is having a nice start to your Thursday. So I want to pop on a little bit and speak about hey Lorraine, a couple of things that have been going on over the past couple of days. Okay, so we can get into it. So per the title of my video, today we're going to be talking about the problem with colored people. Right? So we know yesterday there was a whole lot of stuff going on about that Anglo interloper, that NG chick over there, right? Um, Now I don't know if you have many of you melanated people have heard the term colored. Back in the day, how wild card, hey Gigi, back in the day, um, the Anglo people used to call black people colored people, right? They didn't call you black, they called you colored, right? It was kind of like a racial epithet, if you will, right? They called you colored people as a means to demean you or, talk down about your race or whatever, right? And so the reason why I titled the video, the problem with colored people is, um, because back in the day, you had a whole lot of people a whole lot of melanated people that would, kind of, tamp themselves down or coon or, be coon apologists when it comes to the Anglos and all this and all that. So per the title, that is why I titled the video The Problem with Colored People. Now, some younger people may not have ever known that they once called black people colored people. So, but that's what I mean by that. And the reason why I said it is because yesterday, we was talking about that Anglo interloper, the Nina Gogley chick over there, right? So, a lot of people were up in arms about, hey, Miss Philadelphia Marvelous, were, up in arms about the conversation when it comes to this Anglo interloper, right? So, but only thing they was doing was, a lot of them was accepting what she was saying. Some people were saying, that well, and then when it comes to Brianna and Pizarro, we know that they vouched for her. Brianna said she saw her arm and she was black. Pizarro said she knows she black because she had a camera slip and all of this and all that, right? So if she ain't full Anglo, she mixed, right? But whatever the case is, she white identified, right? And for the fact that they would, um, you know, stand behind some of the racist remarks that she made, they are colored people. They are not black people, right? They have no sense of pride, right? Colored people have no sense of pride, right? They didn't we sick boss type of coons, right? And so that's why I want to talk about that today because y'all know when it comes to me, I have always said that the chick was an Anglo interloper, right? And some people may think that she is, and some people, whether you care if she is or not, you should care about what comes out of her mouth, right? So she was over there trying to she didn't have all that smoke yesterday. They ran her off the panel, Miss Cruiser and Ronnie Q and a couple of them, they ran her off the panel, because they caught her, in her bull crap, right? And so she was real calm yesterday, went to Nika's panel. They was trying to, they tried not to talk about the subject and all of this and all of that. But I'm wondering, so why are they caping for this chick, right? So is it for payola? Some people said that they was caping for because she did a lot of good cash apps and all this and all that. So you have to be a colored person to let a person pay you in order to demean you and your people. Because when she making those remarks towards um, you know, other black people, she talking about you too. So that means you are a color person because that means you are going for the nonsense, right? And also when it comes to color people, you got a lot of colored ignorant people like Pizarro and Brianna and a whole bunch of them over there that really don't care when somebody says those racist things about them because they have no sense of pride. They ghetto, they trash, and they don't thanks for the membership, Savory Brew. Thank you because they have no sense of pride. So I was really, taken aback. But y'all know when it comes to me, um, I got a problem with it, right? So it is what it is. It's the beef sector, and people fight how they want to fight. But what you don't have to do, is co-sign for somebody disrespecting your own people. The problem with colored people is they don't care about certain things that Anglos do. Me, I care, right? So they were up there questioning her yesterday on Brianna's panel. And so Miss Cruiser called and at one point in time they start talking about police brutality. So this chick gonna say pretty much say colorism is more of a problem than racism, right? So I'm thinking, okay, so you do realize that when it comes to colorism, that is nothing but a tool in the toolbox of white supremacy racism, right? This bitch gonna say colorism is universal. I'm thinking, heifer, and I put it on my community blog post, honey. Racism is global. It's universal. So I'm I'm confused, right? So yeah, she did meet a match with Cruiser yesterday, and Miss Cruiser did it. You know, she was very well. You know, she did very good. You know, but then she went off. Then Cruiser went on. What is her name? Nika's live, and in the comment section, she was like, "I really don't care what color she is." So now I'm putting you in a box of colored people, right? So you one of them go along, get along people, right? I don't think it's a sense of pride. It's the beef sector where homophobia, transphobia, colorism, misogyny, and even attacks on other racist groups happen. So any outrage is seen as selective. Well, like you said, it's the beef sector, but my problem is it don't have nothing to do with selective outrage or any outrage at all. It's just it is about a sense of pride to me. Okay, because like just because it's the beef sector don't mean you have don't you realize that the whole world, anybody can click on these types of video and see other black people co-signing with racists. So what it does, it emboldens the racists to continue doing what they're doing. Like the Nina chick said, she didn't realize that police brutality was such a problem until she seen what happened to George Floyd. So, but you saying you black, right? Oh, then they're trying to say that she was from another country. No, you don't have any kind of accent at all, right? So you saying you black. She said one day she said something to the effect of you can't understand the depth of my blackness or something like that, right? So like I said, if she ain't all the way Anglo, then she mixed, right? She's mixed and she's white identified because she was raised on the Anglo side of her family. And when it came to issues, when it comes to black people, especially in the United States of America, she said that her family was in a type of umbrella, like racism didn't touch them at all. That's what she meant by umbrella. I'm thinking, honey, there is not an umbrella big enough if you are black or even mixed race in the United States of America that will shield you from racism, right? So, if you are, well, like I said, if they got the whole one drop rule, one drop of melanated blood, and you consider black by a lot of those people, and all of this and all of that. And then when it comes to mixed race people, some of them are very confused because they feel like they don't fit in anywhere, right? So if this Nina chick does got some melanin in her, she's white identified, like I said, right? But I consider her Anglo via the way that she speaks so derogatorily about black people. That went as far as implying that she had a troll. It's a troll page of a troll page, right? So now the Nina chick supposed to have a troll page, right? So I'm assuming what she meant by she got a troll page is all that stuff she was typing in Sean Bradley's chat. And I showed y'all that screenshot of her talking about police. They you shouldn't be policing police brutality, basically, right? And so I just find it very fascinating how they be caping for her and they want to deflect, and deflect onto the situation like they started talking about Ness at one point in time and what she supposed to have done with Daryl Moore 3 years ago and all of this and all that. And now they over there talking about because Jay Wilson spoke about it. Now they saying something about the Dara Moore guy said it didn't happen at all. And so they was trying to come down on the next chick about something she supposed to have did online, but the Dara Moore dude, right? And but especially and then Pizarro supposed to have spilled the tea. But like I said, Ness came out and said it happened 3 years ago. This is all a means of deflection, right? But my thing is when it comes to Pizarro, girl, how you gonna judge somebody on what they did with somebody else online when we heard what you did with your husband online? Did you forget that you was slobbing on the knob online? Do you see what I'm saying? It's just really disgusting to me. Like they are trash. Okay, I don't even mean no, just ghetto colored people. That's all. Preaching teacher, Durham Moore said he didn't know this, and Pastor will get so well. You know that Durham Moore he love to sue people, right? He loved to sue people. The man said it didn't happen. Ned said it happened 3 years ago. But when it comes to the tea, what was really the tea? Because Bizarro can't talk about nobody doing nothing freaky online. Because we all heard what she supposed to have did to her. We all heard what she did on to her husband online, right? They lying to alibi, changing the narrative. And she's supposed to always, and it kills me when this little ignorant heifer trying to speak up on black issues, but you over there, giving your platform to a whole racist black fishing heifer over there. Child slobbed on the knob. Yes, she did. Y'all remember that? They had audio of it and everything, okay? And she came out defending. She was mad at Jay Wilson too. I guess she was mad at Jay Wilson because Jay Wilson had Ness on the chat, and she said they was over there making fun of her, saying that she's a Lizzie and all of this and all of that. Just demons, just a whole bunch of disgusting chaos demons, right? It's just really just deplorable to me. Like they have no sense of pride. No sense of pride, not only when it comes to their race. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's a B sector or not. If you gonna let this clearly racist, prejudiced person come on here and talk crazy like that, talking about Jay Dunn was a product of slave grape, and all of this and all them the little shots she be throwing in, and y'all still cool with her. You know what I mean? Not the Brianna, Pizarro, Nika, all of them, they still cool with her. I mean, and if she is in fact paying them, you paying for somebody to come online and demean you and degrade you because of the color of your skin. Like what? I mean, you can't be nothing but a colored person. You surely ain't black. Not pro-black, anyway. And pro-black means to be for your people first. I don't care if you're in a B sector or not. All right? It's unfortunate. So that's why I had a problem with it yesterday. I don't, y'all know, I don't care nothing about getting these Anglo interlopers or any Anglo straight. I don't care nothing about that stuff. That's why they don't like me. It's been this way since I've been on here to the child. I don't care. And they know I don't care. So I don't have no problem I don't have no problem. I'm not a colored person. Them Anglos don't phase me. I'm gonna say what I got to say about them, and I don't care because you know what? They're gonna say what they gonna say about me. They can call me racism from now to the end of time, racist from now to the end of time. It ain't gonna change my train of thought, okay? Because that's the way I move. I do believe she mixed being and not being accepted by whites or blacks. Yeah, I don't think it's a race thing. It's more of a class thing. When she says you people, that term you people, that is the least of what she says that concerns me. When she's talking about she didn't realize that even if she's mixed, right? She said she didn't realize that police brutality was such a problem in the United States of America until George Floyd. I'm like, really? Really? That don't even make no sense. I don't care if she said you people or not. I have said you people before. That's not the point. Pizarro was mad because Pastor said she had ill tendencies. They think they can bully. They think they can bully her enough. They didn't even really want to talk about it yesterday. And when the Nina chick got up on Nika's panel, she was real quiet. She was real humble, and she was like, "I'm getting ready to get down," but I guess she was, cold speaking to Nika that you ain't got to do too much, Nika. You know what I mean? And Nika was like, "Okay." But I caught that little talking in code or whatever. Now, anything for money, anything. These people do not say you people, Nina and TMO or paymasters. Or I believe it. I believe it. And then, I learned something about the Miss O too. She is not even necessarily worried about the issue of colorism. She don't like when people talk about the color of her skin. Do you see what I'm saying? So she don't have a problem with colorism. She don't want people. She got a problem with her being deeply melanated. She don't like people bringing that up. I guess she got some kind of childhood trauma when it comes to the color of her skin. That's not having no pride either. Okay? Because I think that her skin tone is beautiful. So, but that's a her problem. But to sit up and pacify that racist is beyond me. That means you have no pride. Not only do you have no pride and you're embarrassed about the color of your skin, you have no pride for your people. And that's unfortunate. It is what it is. They colored people. They're not black people. They colored people. Okay? They coming after everybody who don't go along. Yeah, honey, but to go along, even Cruiser, like I said, she was going back and forth with or whatever. I guess it what for Cruiser to me it seemed like because Cruiser got down to Nika's chat and said she really don't care what color she is. So the only thing I have to think is, so was you more worried about her talking about what you did in your personal life rather than her demeaning black people? You see, they wishy-washy, they colored people. There's a difference. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's just very interesting to me. I don't deal with people like that in my real life. I don't deal with colored people. Okay? Because them Anglos don't like me and I don't care nothing about them. And I don't have to go along to get along with anybody online or offline. I don't move like that. Okay? I find you colored people that move that way. It's the way they're moving online about the situation in particular, because they went in on that karma dude. Okay? But this chick, they're giving a pass. Okay, and it reminds me of a story I talked about a long time ago on my channel concerning, there's this group of Anglo women, these female KKK members, they're called the Daughters of the Confederacy or something like that, and they actually went into the Anglo females. They are more dastardly and more devious in a way than the male Anglos, because what the female Anglos do, the way they are racist, they attack the school system, school books. We know about eugenics when it came to Margaret Sanger. They go after the bloodline. The male Anglos, they pretty much just want to kill you and string you up and all of this and all of that. But when it comes to them female uh uh racist, do you see what I'm saying? They go after things that are going to affect black people as a whole for decades or even centuries. So I really don't care nothing about any of them, but in particular, I think that these Karens, they get a pass. They get a pass a lot of times simply because they're female. We even see over there in the Black Manosphere that the head of the Black Manosphere now is an Anglo woman. Okay, but they are more devious. That whole, what was that law that they they put on the books decades ago, that Jim Crow law, because those Anglo women was killing black kids. What was it called? I can't think of it right now. Oh my goodness. Ooh, they was killing up these black kids. They put a law on the book to shield them from being prosecuted from killing these black children. What was the name of that law? I can't think of it right now, but I don't want to talk about this issue anymore. But I had to come on and just give my I guess my final thoughts of it, because I really don't have time for these types of discussions anymore online, especially in this sector, because the only thing it's gonna do is make me turn my nose up at these colored people. You see what I'm saying? I don't take them seriously because they don't take themselves seriously. What was the name of that law? It was called, was it the Casual Killing Act, or no? It was, I can't think of it right now. But anyway, but as far as that particular grimy, gross, disgusting group of people over there, you know, they act like they don't have a clue, and it's unfortunate. It's just really very sad and disgusting. They don't mind going back and forth and talking down, about nonsense. Then ignorant ass Bizarro over talking about some, she didn't know who Rodney King was. But you always running your mouth and opening your dick suckers when it comes to trying to talk about black issues. You didn't even know who Rodney King was? Girl, you showing your level of unintelligence. I'm like, I'd just be oh Lord. Mm-mm. It's too much. But I just really wanted to come on here and talk about that, because I was really I was just highly, it's just highly unfortunate the way that they move around here, some of them. Co-signing for that trash. It's beyond me. I'd be like, child, are they serious? That's why I come on here and I don't even beef no more. I can't take them serious. That's why I say I just do my commentary. It's crazy everyone heard of Rodney King. I know, right? Even in the ghetto, they done heard of Rodney King. I'm thinking, is she for real? Child. Right, marvelous. What? I think it was. It wasn't the Casual Killing Act. I thought that was the name of it, but it's been so long. I think it was the Casual Killing Act. Yeah, but they put the Casual Killing Act on the books. Like I said, when these female Anglos were killing kids, and so they put that law on the books. It's a Jim Crow era law, in order for the female Anglos to be shielded, when they took a life of a melanated child. you know. So fast forward to this day and age, they call them the Kerns these days, right? So anytime you see an incident with a Kern, they start to crying and they become victims and all of this and all of this. Very insidious because they're female, so they hide their racism behind female tears, right? So that they can get sympathy from the world. And that's how I saw the Nina chick yesterday. Because she was real humble, but she was still going back and forth with this, telling this she was cursed. Girl, if you don't sit your stupid self down somewhere, you sound like a fool. A whole fool. hmm Just ignorant. But they have no pride. Okay? Any of them that babysit and pacify these Anglos, they have no pride. Okay, we done seen a whole lot of them. Now they going back and forth with the next chick, But we know how she feel. I mean, I guess they were saying that she don't feel like she black cause she Haitian or something like that. We know when it comes to Africans, they don't like to associate themselves as being black, even when they come to America either. You see what I'm saying? They don't want you to put him. They don't want to be put in the box with American blacks. Okay, because of the history of slavery, so they don't want to be put in that box. But when you come to America, you if you melanated skin, you still black, whether you want to be called that or not. So they rather disassociate themselves. And they don't. White supremacy racism is so insidious when it comes to especially African immigrants because of colonization. They don't even like American black people. But you think colorism is more diabolical than white supremacy racism. The system of white supremacy racism is so complete. The system is so complete that black people don't even care. Some colored people don't even care about black people, right? Because like I said, that's per the title of the video. Because I'm not colored, I'm black. All right. I have no apologies for the Anglo. Because I simply do not care. Because they simply do not care about me. So we feel the same way about each other. Okay. So when I got that video, I did that video. I was in a rush yesterday, so I was like, let me go on and cuss this Anglo out and move it right along. But it's very interesting because they colored people like Cruiser and them. They get offended for a short time, then they shake it off and move it right along. That's why I don't take them seriously. I can't stand the mindset of foreign blacks. Yeah, yeah. I don't. I can't either. Oxy City. I can't either. I can't either. They don't when they come to they immigrate over here and they are they don't appreciate being put in the box with ADOS Americans. But you immigrate into this country. My ancestors' blood is in this soil, and then you want to be prejudiced against me and you melanated just like I am. But it's a lot of foreign blacks that feel the way the Afro Cubans, the Africans, just any of those East Indians, anything that's deeply melanated. Now some of those East Indians, a lot of them are darker than me. Okay, a lot of those are Latinos, Mexicans, you know, but they don't like to be they don't want you to call them black no matter what. And did y'all see where it was that guy? He was one of the heads of the what's that people? He was Latino. That guy. What he was with that racist group over there, the Proud Boys or something. He wasn't even Anglo. He was like Latino or something. I'm like, ugh. Don't you know they don't like you either? It's just amazing to me. It's amazing. But they don't mind like picking up and trying to pick apart the culture when it suits them. But any other time when it comes to important stuff, they don't want to be associated with ADOS Americans. And so, yeah, I don't like the mindset of foreign blacks either. I agree with that, Oxy City. And I don't like the mindset of colored people. Okay? Because it don't make no sense. It's unfortunate. Mm-hmm. So I don't care if it's in the beef sector or not. It's unfortunate. It's very distasteful for me, and I can't take them seriously. Not at all. Because how they acting online is how they act offline. They them we sick boss type of people. Yassa massa type of people. So I don't take them seriously. Suffer anything for a little bit of change type of people. It's unfortunate. Miss Livia, did you hear about the boy who got shot by a former cop being in the cop's house with the cop's daughter? No, I didn't hear about that. Was he black? Because if he was black, that's why he got shot. I'm assuming he was black. I didn't hear about it, but if he was black and the cop's daughter's Anglo and the cop, then that's why he got shot. That's why he got shot. See, that's another thing. You got to teach your kids, some black people don't take, or colored people don't take the time to educate their own children. That's why you get somebody like a Pizarro dumbass not knowing who Rodney King was. Okay? I got a nephew that's 16 years old. Anytime I'm out in public with him, he is getting an education, right? Well, I went to the store with him like a couple of weeks ago, right? He went to the store with me. We was picking up some items to cook, right? And he came home and told his mama. His mama came back and told me, she was like, Jabari said, you will say, excuse me, and you will speak to the black people, but you won't say nothing to the Anglos. I was like, no, I don't have to. I don't have to acknowledge them if I don't want to. You know why I do that? Especially when I'm with one of the younger people in my family, because I believe in leading by example. I don't want them to be mistaken so they won't get caught up in somebody's house with an Anglo girl and end up getting shot. Rest his face. Thanks for mentioning that. There are no illusions around here. I was talking about what I teach the younger people in my family one time, and they said I was teaching the young people in my family to be racist. And I was like, okay. For real, black parents need to educate your children about. They do. These white men do not want to see black men and the boys. They absolutely do not. They absolutely do not. Because see, the problem with colored people is they don't realize when it comes to Anglos, they sit around and do a whole lot of kitchen table talk. What they're doing is they're teaching their little Anglo children at a young age to be racist towards melanated people. That's what that kitchen table talk is about, right? But we don't have kitchen table talk. We teach our kids, some colored people teach their kids, some of us, melanated people teach their kids that there is no such thing of race in the United States of America anymore. We are all we're in a post-racist United States of America. So when they come up, yeah, I'm teaching them to be aware. I'm teaching them the truth. Be aware. But she gonna try it. She's still gonna try to talk about black issues again because she think that colorism is more of an issue than racism. Did you hear the Florida governor coming for woke people? Who, DeSantis? Does Satan? I ain't surprised. No, I didn't hear him, but I'm not surprised. Mm-mm. But rest is fair is right. You need to educate your kids. Teach them to be safe. Well, I can't stand those colored people / black people that say, I don't see color. Why not? Especially if you are black in the United States of America. What you mean you don't see color? Them Anglos see color. You don't get home loans because of your color. You get turned down for jobs or promotions on your jobs because of your color. You get redlined because of your color. They want to take away your right to vote because of your color. They want to take away your freedom of speech because of your color, but you don't see color. They see color. hmm I wouldn't be surprised at that. Either Restless Fate. That's why that movie was very important to watch. What was the name of that movie? Back in the day about with the teacup and all of that. The guy was with the Anglo girl and the family was trying to harvest his whatever. What was the name of that movie? I know I forgot the name of it. But anyway, they need to watch that movie. hmm That just sound crazy coming out. How its colors. I don't understand Oxy City. It sounded crazy for her to say she didn't realize how bad police brutality was until George Floyd because she was under an umbrella. hmm She black, but racism hasn't. Yeah, get out. Thank you. But racism has never touched her because her family was in a type of umbrella. Yeah, get out. They need to let that little black boys watch that movie, Get Out, and decode it for them, so they won't get caught up in situations like Restless Fate was talking about. hmm And you got to lead by example. Okay, you got to teach the little black boys and little black girls in your family to realize what's going on and how to move accordingly through the system of white supremacy racism because it is all consuming. Like I said, it is universal. It is global. So you can't combat it, but you can learn how to move through it so you can stay alive. Okay, that's what they need to be teaching them. That's what Jay said. Good morning, Lily. Good morning, Mike. Oh, good morning, Hudson J. So when you get a black person that's got children, other black children, and they say they don't know they don't know who a Rodney King is. I'm thinking, well, what you teaching your kids? You ain't teaching them nothing. But you can get over here and holler and scream, but you're not teaching them nothing because you don't know nothing. That's another problem with colored people. We see it as an example out of these so-called mothers of these melanated babies ain't teaching them nothing. What you teach them how to smoke weed, how to get online and be real ignorant, and holler back and forth about really nothing at all for a little change, co-signing for the Anglos, just demeaning you right in your face because they give you some cash apps. Is that what you're teaching them? At this point, I blame the parents too. Absolutely, I do too. Restless fate, because they should have told them about racism. Absolutely, absolutely. See, just like them Anglos have kitchen table talks when it comes to race, we have them over here too. We have them at my house too. hmm I just went over a short bus ship, and they're still allowing that Rachel Dolezal of the B sector to continue her blackface mockery of our people. I left him. Oh, is she over there online right now on the panel right now? I'm not surprised. You know she gonna twerk over there in those because she feels safe over there. She's protected over there by the very black people that she's demeaning, that she's talking down on. So yeah, I ain't surprised. Yes, ma'am. I raised my sons to know how to act, what to do with this world hating black men. I need my boys to home make it home right. So you gonna know how they hate you. Absolutely, Oxy City, absolutely. But you know they call it racism, right? They call it what they want to. I don't care. I'm teaching mine just like you. I agree. Especially the men in my family, the black boys in my family, because they was born with a target on their back, and they know that they are born with a target on their back. So why wouldn't I tell them that? And it's a shame that we have to have these conversations with our younger black children, but you have to. Even in 2023, you got to let them know what's up so they can know how to be safe, so that they can know how to maneuver and move in this world. Because this world is against them. Okay? They just shot a little 11-year-old black boy coming out the house. The police did it. He on paid administrative. 11 years old. That child don't even look like a teenager. He been on the news all week. 11 years old. hmm And what's the name of that little boy? his name ain't popping up in my mind. They killed him in the park. The police officer killed him in the park and got away with it. Y'all remember that? Was it in Cincinnati years ago? I got my nephew. I'm glad my brother is teaching him to love black women only. Absolutely. I have a black son, Miss Livia. I ain't playing no games with nothing. Me either. Me either, Hudson J. They sure are restless, Faith. How you doing? Well, I see nothing but a whole bunch of setup artists. Them Kerns are. I don't trust none of them. None of them. What's the name of that little fella that shot him down in the park? He had a toy gun. And the cop got away with it. And now this guy done shot this little 11-year-old boy. The little boy, you know, he traumatized for the rest of his life. And I hope his mama getting him therapy. And the cop that did it is on paid administrative leave. All that stuff. And you not you not teaching your black kids how to move, especially your little black boys how to move. Child. Tamir Rice, thank you, Marvelous. Tamir Rice. Tamir Rice was shot down in a park at 11 years old playing with a toy gun, and the Anglo cop that killed him had a history of police brutality against black people, and he still got away with it scot-free. It's not that I don't even. I'm not gonna say I don't like them. I just don't care nothing about them because they don't care nothing about me. You see what I'm saying? For me to hate you or or like you or dislike you, I have to be thinking about you and I nothing you. Because they nothing me. It's really just that simple. hmm So see, it's a false narrative when they run around here and call me racist. Because racist implies that I hate a group of people, or ethnicity, or a race of people simply because of the color of their skin. That is not true. I simply do not care. I don't hate you. I don't love you. I ain't nothing you. You can spend your time hating me. That's your energy. Me, I just simply don't care. Mm-mm. I don't care. I don't care. I simply don't care. Mm-mm. That's how I feel about it. So let me tell y'all something real quick on the side note. So I was in another session last night. I was on listening to Dante Fortson, and Dante Fortson talks about the real Hebrew Israelites, decoding the Bible and all this and all that, right? So they were over there talking about the two creations of man, right, when it comes to the book of Genesis. So I hopped on there and I told you I did a video on it about there are actually three creations of man, right? So I mentioned the pre-Adamic period or the pre-Adamites on the panel, and he acted like he was lost. Oh yeah, I talked about that before. I did a video about it, right? I'm thinking, mm-hmm. And then he was like, well, yeah. And then he put it after I stepped down off the panel. He was like, well, do y'all want to talk about the pre-Adamic period, the pre-Adamite period? I'm thinking, Lord, what is wrong? I was like, I like your content. I'll talk to you later. So I'm gonna be looking for a video from Dante Forson because I gave him some content, chat. I said, if I don't start me another channel so I can separate the content that I do about decoding the Bible with this nonsense I do over here, which is nothing but lazy time. I was like, chill. I got a good little kiki off of that. He did not know what I was talking about at all. I was like, chill. I've been trying to deal with some issues with my family. I'm happy to see you too, baby girl. Oh, we're talking about where I said, yeah. Well, I hope everything's okay, Hudson Jane. But yeah, I just really want to mention that because I found it very fascinating. That's the problem that I have with colored people. I don't take them seriously. They are delusional. Coons and coon sympathizers. That's all. Nothing but coons and coon sympathizers. I don't take them seriously at all. They look like fools. They make themselves look like fools having that trash on their panel and they co-signing for it. They don't look like fools to themselves because this is just the beef sector. Tethered restless Faye. I heard that. Tethered to them Anglos. Absolutely. Colored people. I like that. Tethered. We sick boss. Those type of people. So that's what y'all was watching yesterday. Coons and coon sympathizers. Even the one that speak on black issues, in order for them to remain with them bums over there, with them sympathizers over there, they will still sit up amongst the Anglo that's degrading their people, but they claim to love their people, but you still sitting up there with them, I guess, just so you can be on that panel. That means you what? You going along to get along, right? But you want to speak on black issues, but you don't mind hitting the panel of the colored people that's co-signing for the interloper, right? See, those are the kind of people that I don't take seriously, you know. So they on Pizarro's channel going at like Cruiser and Ronnie Q. Don't mean no disrespect, but they on Pizarro's panel going at Nina's neck. But they go on Nina on Nika's channel, and they sitting on a panel tour, and but they ain't going at her neck. I guess cause Nika and her is cool or whatever. That's okay. Child, they go too hot and cold for me. I can't take them seriously because I'm always hot when it comes to talking about that subject. Never change, never will. I don't take them seriously. That's why I don't like to talk about it over here that much, because I don't want to be calling people out. I want to call the colored people out. You got to watch how people move. It says a lot about them. Miss Olivia, have you seen the United Nations report on the USA and black? No, I have not. Basically, the UN says that we are under constant have been under constant terrorism. Since we were taken from our ancestors was taken from their homeland and brought over here. But I agree with that. The United Nations has condemned America several times when it comes to the treatment of black people. Basically, the UN says that we are under constant terrorism from them people, and we are some of the most oppressed on earth. Absolutely. I haven't seen a recent report, but they have spoken that the UN have spoken about that several times. They don't understand why the government won't apologize. They don't understand why the government has given several other races and ethnicities of people reparations. They even had a joke over there on Nika's panel talking about something. She want her 40 acres and a mule from the Nina chick. I'm thinking, bitch, is you for real? You really trying to make a joke out of that? You think that's funny with your ignorant ass? You making a joke out of generational wealth. The generational wealth that has been kept from you. But it's funny. Okay, girl. I get heated. Because I don't think it's a joke. The report was released earlier this year. Thank you, Hudson J. I'm gonna have to look it up. But I absolutely agree with what you typed a couple of comments earlier, because it's the truth. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The way they treat their fellow Americans in this country. Their fellow Americans that pretty much built this country from the sweat of their own backs. The those people, their ancestors' blood that is in the soil. I wouldn't have called her that. Well, see, please, I'm not calling no melanated person a slave. So if you don't mind, well, see, would you please delete that comment? I'm just gonna call them colored people. I would never call another melanated person a slave, no matter the situation. Delusional, a coon, a sympathizer, but not that term. No. For the last 3 years, the United. Yeah, please remove that comment, because I can't delete the comment. I would have to block you in order to take the comment out, and then try to figure out how to unblock you, and I don't want to do that. And I realized you didn't know, so I said, please delete the comment. For the last 3 years, the United Nations has been hitting the U.S. hard on a treatment, but more even prior to the last 3 years. I saw a report. It was done maybe in the early 2000s, when they were talking about the situation between um uh, uh, how black people were treated in the U.S. United Nations has always gotten down on the United States when it comes to the treatment of black people. Hmm. Yes, I did. I'm driving. Is it not? I don't know. I'm on StreamYard. If you say you deleted it, well, I see. I believe you. I'm just on StreamYard and I can't tell. I just didn't want to have to, block you just to get that one comment out the chat. That's all. That's why I said please delete it. You know. And so yeah, that's another problem that I got with that Nina chick. How you gonna say Jay Dunn, which is crazy as hell, but how you gonna say she's a product of slave grape and you supposed to have some melanin in your skin? Why would you do that? Do you know the history of that? Do you know how traumatizing that was? Okay, thank you, Hudson J. Wesley. This deleted. And thank you, Wesley, for deleting it. And thank you, Hudson, for letting me know. That is so absolutely disgusting for her to say something like that. I was like, if that ain't the bottom of the barrel, and yeah, and then all that stuff she done said about Nika, pertaining to her color in the past, and I'm talking about the Nina chick. I was like, oh, child. So I guess it's okay to be racist if you giving cash apps or something. Like I said, color people. The problem with color people don't make no sense. Mm-mm. And even if they get upset, it's only for a little while. It's only to the next live. Hmm. So I understand when it was somebody typed something about selective outrage and being in the B sector. My outrage is never selective. Everybody know my stance when it comes to um these Anglo interlopers and racism in general. Some of the things that come out of people's mouths is beyond me. It just don't make no sense. But I really just want to come on and try kind of give you guys let you guys know where I was coming from yesterday. I didn't have time to break it down. I just had time to cuss a health out because I don't mind. Here's the thing though, Miss O. Owing to owing to the fact that we are the first peoples of the earth, we have the most genetic diversity. Absolutely. As such, we come in all colors. Absolutely, from light bright to purple black. You're absolutely right. If there was no us, there would be no them. Yeah, if it wasn't for us, there would be. See, that's the reason why I think that when it comes to the deep seated hate for black people, I think that is what the problem is. Because if we were the first, we know that we were the first. If it was no us, there would be no them, and maybe that's what the problem is. See, everything else is a carbon copy of us. That's why they are so competitive with us. See, I don't have to hate them because they hate me because of my ancestry, my bloodline. So why would I hate something that's less than me? I simply don't think about it at all. I say to my melanin family, because they know they came out of black people, right? Hmm. Through an ice age that have black, right, daughter E. And that's another reason why I asked that guy about the pre-endemic. But I'm gonna have to do a video about that last night on this channel because sometimes people don't go back far enough in history. They don't study back far enough. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that it's because of our genetics, because of our melanin, because we were the first. That is why they have to and have for so long. That's why they created the caste system in the first place, so that they could set themselves above us. But you can never be above us. You can never be above melanin because without melanin, there would be no you. You are simply a duplication. You are you are a what do you call it? You are a anomaly, a genetic anomaly. So that's why they don't like us. At the end of the day, in my opinion, people got to pay attention really to what's going on. That's what I think about it. And when I see colored people kowtowing or bowing down or even wanting to assimilate into something that is less than you, I don't understand that train of thought. I don't get it. So yeah, we are all created equal. They love to say that. That's a lie. That is a lie. We are not all created equal. No, we are not. That is a lie. You are a byproduct of my bloodline. You are not equal to me. So that's my train of thought when it comes to that conversation. That's why I simply do not care. Not my problem. Mm-mm. But because of the mind games that have been afflicted on melanated people for centuries, they, for some reason, they have bought into the fact that they are somehow less than. I don't understand that. It's unfortunate. It's sad. So that's why I have to like to have that. I don't like to have these types of conversations, especially in a place like this, because they simply do not. Colored people simply do not understand. You simply do not know who you are. So if you knew who you were, you would know how to move. Even in a place like this, you would still understand how to move. And the fact that they don't is unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's how I feel about it. Hmm. But like I said, y'all, I really just wanted to come out and come on today because I didn't have time to break it down in this way yesterday. That is the reason why I had a problem with that chick, as well as the colored people that's caping for her. Okay, as well as the ones 1 minute you up. Now that's selective outrage when you have them over there going at her throat in one chat. Then you go to another chat that's in your circles and you cool with her. Oh, I really don't care what color she is. Okay, she care what color you are. Because if she didn't, she wouldn't be trying to beat you with your own situation when it comes to your people. She won't be trying to police how you interact with your own people. She got a problem with you. She care what color you are. You see how that works? Mm-hmm. Don't make no sense. And it's like most white people who feel they are entitled to black, absolutely, to black spaces. My issue with people like Bizarro who can that's what I'm talking about, big face. That's what I'm talking about. I had to drop down after that. Is that right on about? They say I say that the hidden history is black. Absolutely, it's black history. We are the history. Our people is woke up knowing who we are and we came from in a boy on a stick called Jesus all made up child. Child. We all know that they whitewashed history. History goes to the victor. You know what I mean? So they get to whitewash it. But if you know who you are, you don't have to pay attention to any of this. So when you know the truth about you, it don't matter what they put in the history books. When you know the truth about you don't assimilate yourself into them and you don't assimilate yourself into a colored person if you know who you are. If you understand the power of your melanin, you don't have to cow down to that nonsense. That makes there's no rhyme or reason in that. Like, I don't understand. And a lot of colored people today, they act like they just don't care no more. You know, they have assimilated themselves not only into whiteness, but every negative stereotype, every negative thing that is black women in particular, some colored women in particular, every negative stereotype, every Jezebel type, every what they call them what they used to call um that stereotype they put on black women back in the day. It wasn't a Jezebel, it was the Sapphire. Every Sapphire stereotype, every Sarah Barton stereotype, they've assimilated themselves into those stereotypes. They simply have no pride, and that don't make no sense. And you see examples about that. The perfect examples is that Pizarro and that Brianna. Perfect examples. You assimilate yourself into degradation. I don't understand that. And when it comes to a lot of black men, they've assimilated themselves into being feminized, emasculated. They good with that. Absolutely the newer generations I'm about. Yeah, absolutely. And some in our generations too. They become comfortable. They think it gives them some kind of protection if they assimilate themselves into being less than. It gives you no protection. You still melanated. You still melanated. It don't matter if you become what they say you are. If you become that negative stereotype, they still got a problem with you because you still got that skin color. That could give them a level of protection to act like it. It don't give you no level of protection to downgrade yourself. They still don't like you. They don't care. That's why you should not care. You know, I don't have to love you. I don't have to hate you. I simply have to nothing you. Okay? Because they are the ones that spend time worried about me. I ain't spending no time worried about them. I simply know what I know and I move it right along. Okay? I know what the deal is. I don't live in an unreality. I live in reality. I'm not one of those we live in a post racist. No, that ain't me, huh? No, 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 nope. America can't even apologize for its original sin. America has turned itself apart because of that original sin. America is transforming itself into a modern day Sodom and Gomorrah because of that original sin. You know, and a whole bunch of colored people are helping them do it. Every time I see a colored Trump supporter, I just shake my head, child. Move right along. I just have to shake my head. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. So anyway, y'all, I guess I'm gonna get off here, but I really want to come on here and give you guys a synopsis of the situation, how I really felt about it. Every once in a while, these talks are necessary, in my opinion. Um, because it is very unfortunate some of the things that I witnessed online as well as offline. Hence the title of the video, The Problem with Colored People. I just want to give you guys a little something to think about. You know, whether you agree or disagree, um, as long as you consider it, that's good for me. Because folks love to say warning comes before destruction. When it comes to black people, you should not have to be warned about these situations as it pertains to non-melanated people. You should not have to be warned. You should already know, because no, you are not in a bubble. Okay. You know that there is no protection when it comes to the system of supremacy, racism, and you. There is no protection from it. You have simply have to learn. You have to have your eyes open and learn how to maneuver through it. You have to teach it to the younger generation, because if you notice, people are leaving, being taken away, younger and younger these days. They're coming for the babies. They coming for the babies in every way, shape, form, and fashion. Like I said, a modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. What's that passion in the Bible when they say, when it comes to Sodom and Gomorrah, when it comes, what is it? They say they gave a boy for a harlot or something like that. You see a lot of that going on around here. I'm gonna have to come back and do a video about that. But yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. Please hit the like button on your way out the door. Please hit the subscribe button if you want to, the share button if you want to. Child, hit a button, child. Okay. But I just wanted to come back and like I said, let you guys know where I was coming from and why I titled the video the way that I did. Thank you, Restless Faye. You guys have a nice rest of your day. Um, I am going to get off of here now. But you guys be careful. Love you guys. Watch your back, watch your front, watch your side, protect your children. Love you guys, and I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.